Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Ever feel like your baby is trying to tell you something, but you haven't quite mastered baby talk yet? It can be like trying to understand a foreign language, right? But what if I told you babies are already communicating with us? They're giving us subtle hints and clues about what they need, and all we have to do is learn how to read them. So, get ready to unlock the secrets of baby language. In this video, we're diving into 7 common signals your baby might be using. And trust me, once you know what to look for, you'll be amazed at how much your little one is trying to tell you. First up, let's talk about those adorable little eyes. You know how we rub our eyes when we're tired? Well, babies do the same thing. If you notice your little one rubbing their eyes, it's a good sign they're ready for a nap. And it's not just eye rubbing. Some babies will gently tug at their ears when they're sleepy too. Now I know what you're thinking. Ellen, my baby rubs their eyes all the time. Well, here's the thing. Babies also rub their eyes when they're feeling overstimulated. So, how can you tell the difference? Pay attention to the timing. Is it close to nap time? Have they been awake for a while? Or are they surrounded by lots of noises and activity? A little detective work goes a long way when you're decoding baby cues. You know your baby best. Have you ever been at a party and it just got to be a little too much? The noise, the crowd, the constant buzz of conversations, all the people, the noise, the constant chatter. It can be overwhelming, right? Well, babies feel the same way. They can get just as overwhelmed by their surroundings, except they can't exactly tell you, "Excuse me, I need a break." They don't have the words to express their feelings. Instead, they have their own way of saying, "Whoa, slow down." They use their body language to communicate. One of those ways is by turning their head away. It's a clear signal that they need a moment to themselves. You might be playing with your little one and suddenly they turn their head to the side like they're trying to avoid eye contact. It's their way of saying they need a break. Don't take it personally. They're just saying they need a little time out. It's their way of managing the sensory overload. Along with turning their head, some babies might arch their back or get a little fussy. These are all signs that they need a pause. So next time your baby turns away or arches their back, take it as a sign that they need a break from the action. It's their way of telling you they need a moment to recharge. All right, let's talk about everyone's favorite subject, food. Whether you're a new parent or a seasoned pro, understanding your baby's hunger cues is essential. When it comes to babies, hunger cues can be pretty obvious, and sometimes not so obvious. Babies have their own unique ways of telling us they're hungry. One of the most classic signs of a hungry baby is something called the rooting reflex. This is a natural instinct that helps them find food. This is when your baby turns their head towards anything that touches their cheek, like your hand or, a bottle or breast. It's almost like a little radar for food. It's their instinct kicking in, helping them find their food source. This reflex is crucial for their survival and development. And if that rooting reflex is combined with some serious lip smacking or sucking on their hands, these are additional signs that your baby is ready to eat. Well, my friend, your baby is sending you a very clear message. Feed me, please. These cues are their way of communicating their needs. Now, sometimes hunger cues can be a little more subtle. Not all babies will show the same signs, and some might be more discreet. You might notice your baby getting fussy or starting to cry. These can be signs of hunger, but they can also indicate other needs. Before you go into full-on panic mode, try offering them a feeding. Often, a simple feeding can calm them down and make them happy again. You might be surprised to find that they were just hungry all along. Understanding these cues can make parenting a bit easier and your baby much happier. Now, this next signal might seem a little counterintuitive, but trust me on this one. Have you ever noticed your baby suddenly go still? Like they're in the middle of playing and then all of a sudden they freeze? When babies go still, it means they're focusing on something. They're observing, they're processing, they're learning. Babies are constantly taking in information from the world around them, and those moments of stillness are their way of saying, "Hold on, my brain is working overtime here." The next time you see your baby go quiet and still, don't interrupt them. Give them a moment to soak it all in. You can even try narrating what they're seeing or hearing. It helps them connect words with objects and experiences. Okay, let's be real. Babies are basically tiny little bundles of energy, right? They're always on the move, always exploring, and always discovering new things about themselves and the world around them. They love to move, they love to groove, And sometimes, they just love to flail their arms and legs like they're trying to fly. It's like they're practicing for some future dance-off, or maybe just enjoying the freedom of movement. It's how they explore their world and learn about their own physical capabilities. Every kick, every wave, every little flail is a step in their journey of self-discovery. But here's the thing. There's a difference between playful flailing and I'm not so sure about this flailing. It's important to recognize these subtle differences. If your baby is happily kicking their legs and waving their arms around, it's probably just a sign that they're having a good time. They're expressing joy and excitement in the most adorable way possible. But if those movements are sudden, jerky, or seem to come out of nowhere, it might be a different story. It could be a sign that something startled them, maybe a loud noise or an unexpected touch. The key here is to pay attention to your baby's overall demeanor. Are they calm and curious, or do they seem distressed? Are they smiling and giggling while they're flailing? If so, it's likely they're just having a blast. Or are they looking a little wide-eyed and unsure? This could indicate they're feeling a bit overwhelmed or uncertain. Your baby's facial expressions will tell you a lot about what's going on in that adorable little head of theirs. So keep an eye on those cues and enjoy every moment of their energetic exploration. All right, let's talk about the not-so-fun stuff, crying. As much as we love our little bundles of joy, there's no denying that baby cries can be, well, a little intense. And let's be honest, when your baby is crying, your first instinct is to figure out what's wrong, right? Are they hungry? Tired? Do they need a diaper change? But what if you've checked all the boxes? They've been fed, changed, and burped, and they're still fussy. What do you do then? Well, here's the thing. Sometimes babies cry for reasons that go beyond the basic needs. They might be bored, overstimulated, or just need a change of scenery. Try taking them for a walk in the stroller, introducing a new toy, or even just moving to a different room. You might be surprised at how quickly their mood changes. And finally, let's end on a high note, shall we? Because as challenging as those early days can be, there's nothing quite like seeing your baby happy and content. And one of the best ways to know your baby is happy? Those adorable coos and smiles. Seriously, is there anything more heart-melting than a baby's smile? It's like the world just got a little bit brighter. But those coos and smiles aren't just cute. They're also your baby's way of communicating with you. They're saying, hey, I see you, I like you, let's hang out. So when your baby flashes you that toothless grin or starts cooing up a storm, don't just smile back, engage with them. Remember, those early interactions are crucial for language development and bonding. Plus, it's just plain fun. And there you have it, 7 secret signals your little one is using to communicate with you. I know it can feel like a crash course in baby language, but trust me, the more you pay attention to your baby's cues, the easier it will become to understand their needs and build that incredible bond. Remember, every baby is different, and what works for one might not work for another. The key is to trust your instincts, be patient, and most importantly, enjoy those precious moments with your little one. Host, smiling warmly. There you have it, the 7 secret signals babies use to clue you in on their world. By tuning into these small signs, you'll be better equipped to keep your little one content, supported, and loved. Thanks for watching, and here's to an even closer bond with your baby.